Feed me Booker. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. It looks like Ryback has put down munching on the steroids and he's lifted up Booker T, and that looks like it's his next victim, because Ryback's been coming out, he's been running his mouth and basically bashing Booker T, an actual legend of the business, someone that was great in his entire run as a wrestler, which is not what you can say that about Ryback. You cannot say Ryback was great. After the initial push that, let's be honest, fucking flopped, the guy done nothing. The guy was literally...
the pre-show stuff.
Yeah, the pre-show, and the fact he felt like that was a good thing. He should be embarrassed to be wearing a belt called the pre-show stopper. But anyway, the reason this has happened is because Booker T has been commenting on Ryback's negativity towards WWE. Then Ryback responded. Then they agreed to meet on a podcast, and Ryback basically had demands for the podcast. Then Booker T rescinded his offer for the podcast. And then Ryback says, "Oh, look, you little bitch, I guess Vince and Triple H are talking." So, yeah. But, so initially, Booker T the other day came out and he was speaking about Ryback just basically bashing WWE constantly. He said, quote, "I swear, this dude talks like he's been in the business for 100 years and worked at every base level, and I'm serious. I'm just saying, I don't know how difficult it was in the ring or anything like that. I don't know how I've heard guys, say that, this wasn't mad about them, but personally, I have no personal logic. But when Ryback left the company and went on this world tour to bash everything about wrestling, even to the point where he said the titles aren't real, and now you want to try and get back in, guys like that, just go home. Just go home." End of quote. Look, I completely agree with Booker T here. Ryback, obviously, his money must be running out. He wants back into WWE. He wants another opportunity to earn. This is the same guy that came out and said the titles aren't real. The titles don't mean anything. He says that he should get the same money as John Cena because no one really wins or loses. And then Ryback, well, later we'll see, he criticised Booker T, saying Booker T doesn't know what he's talking about. What the fuck does Ryback know? He thinks that everyone should be getting the same pay. He thinks that the titles don't mean anything. You being the champion, that is, you're representing the company. If you get the world title, that means that they think you're worthy of being the world. Of course the world championships mean something. They don't just put the world title on you for fucking no reason. And Ryback thinks that people should be paid the same. Like, see when you look at movies, see Vin Diesel, right, in Fast and Furious, I'm going to use him as an example. He doesn't actually kill people. He doesn't actually win the fights. But see some guy that is just an extra that's on screen for 5 seconds, does he deserve to be on the same money as Vin Diesel?
Nope, Ryback here has been absolutely dealt.
Well, that's Ryback's logic.
It's Ryback's logic. And it works in any form of the world. Like, how can a business be run and the top guy gets the same as the bottom guy?
In anything. In fucking... In anything. In any form of entertainment.
But Ryback said that as if he was the catering guy. He was actually pushed in a prominent role, like you said, for 2 years.
And I'm sure he was making good money at that time.
But what he wanted to
instead of being grateful, instead of not being a stupid bastard, he basically threw it all away. And as soon as his push began to drop a little bit, he started bitching, complaining, coming out and saying the titles aren't real. Why would WWE want to hire you back if titles... Wrestlers are supposed to protect the business.
Oh, it's not real,
No, but wrestlers are supposed to protect the business. This guy's coming out basically trying to reveal that wrestling's fake as fuck.
But you know what? He's committing WWE for years. When was the last time he was in it? It was almost 7 years ago, wasn't it? 7 years ago? So I think AEW, as it goes on to mention, would probably be the perfect place for this guy.
Yeah, but Booker T then says, quote, "It's like you're burned, you blew the bridge up, so it's like coming back to this business. It seems like you should be the one to move on in life. I'm not saying that just because I'm in this business, I'm just saying that because of what I say. Got out of it, and it seems like you just went on a world tour to mess up everything. Every bridge that you have built, every road that you have crossed, is like you just, screw it all up. I don't know." End of quote for Booker T.
Booker T not really conclusive. There's a lot of and I don't knows in there. He should be like, see you, Ryback, mate, you're a fucking pile of dog shit in your shite.
But let's speak...
5-time WCW champion.
Let's speak of Ryback. So Ryback's response to Booker T was this, quote, "Hey Booker 5 times, you're better than that. At least I thought you were. It's beyond obvious where you get your paycheck. And if you want to be an actual man, then pick up your phone or talk publicly with me. Stop running your mouth on something you're obviously clueless on. Don't worry either. I'm not trying to shake your fucking hand. I've heard enough from you though, and just shut the fuck up on something you're not involved in. And I'm going to add to this. It sucks to have a guy I grew up really liking and enjoying, seeing be successful, chime in on things he knows nothing about. I love pro wrestling and speak up for the wrestlers. My issue with WWE and Vince McMahon are against them, not the wrestling industry. Those that know. The truth always wins, and you're going to regret getting involved. I'm getting cleared and coming back. That's none of your fucking business. Keep collecting those WWE paychecks and we will see how it all ends. End of quote. What do you make on that response there?
Well, he says Booker T's not involved. So, you've got nothing to do with this despite Booker T being employed by WWE, and that's who he's attacking, so he's quite clearly involved.
Yeah, and he says that Booker T doesn't know what he's talking about, right? Booker T has come out and says that, he just literally said that in the previous statement. Booker T says he doesn't know Ryback personally, and he wasn't involved in his run, but Booker T's speaking on things that Ryback has come out and stated, and he's entitled to do that, just like we are.
Yep.
I don't know what Ryback's like personally, but if he comes out and makes a statement, then we can comment on that said statement, because he said it.
Exactly.
So that's all Booker T's done. So what the fuck's Ryback talking about? Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Did Ryback come out and say that he deserves the same money as John Cena because he's not actually winning and losing? Yes, he did. Did Ryback come out and say the titles are fake? Yes, he did. That's what Booker T's talking about. So how's Booker T wrong? I think this is just a classic defense mechanism. It's like, if someone's right, your way of shutting them down is normally just, you don't know what you're talking about, it's nothing to do with you.
It's almost like he's calling him out for a wee fight. Publicly with me, big man.
It seems like he's making a threat here. He says, you'll regret it. You'll regret getting involved.
Booker T would kick this guy's ass at 57.
Exactly. So
he'd hit the book.
I'm not quite sure.
The leg drop. Good night.
No, but what do you make of Ryback? What's his? I don't see what his point of view is here. He's saying that Booker T doesn't know what he's talking about. Booker T's not claiming to be an expert. Booker T's just saying that the way Ryback has buried WWE is not good.
Well, he said it's none of your business to Booker T, you're not involved, but Booker T is in WWE.
You've already said that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the point. What's Ryback's point? He's wrong. It's like it's the defense mechanism 101 that Ryback's been into here, and he's a retard. Just going back to those CM Punk podcasts, it just makes that more clear.
Ryback is saying Booker T doesn't know what he's talking about.
Booker T doesn't know what he's talking about?
Booker T is talking about statements that Ryback's made.
Yeah.
Right. So what's your thoughts on that?
Well, it's factual, because Ryback said it.
Right, okay. That's fair enough. That's alright. Anyway, we move on. So Booker T and Ryback agreed to meet up on a podcast. He was going to have him on. He's going to welcome him on to the Booker T podcast. I don't know what it's called, but whatever. Then Ryback was basically talking to Booker T on Twitter, and he says that the podcast needs to be live and it can't be recorded and then played later, because I think he was insinuating that Booker T could edit something and maybe, doctor the podcast in order to cut out any good points that Ryback makes. So they're going to do a BBC job or something.
That's embarrassing for him. Why would Booker T go to such lengths?
Yeah,
he wouldn't need to, man.
So then Booker T replied, and he says, quote, "The invitation is rescinded for Ryback. Making demands for you to come on my show says a whole lot. You don't really want to have a conversation." End of quote. And then Ryback's response was, quote, "Looks like Vince McMahon and Triple H have spoken. Smart move. You're going to look foolish. You can come on my show anytime live and face to face anytime. And any demands you have will be met to have a conversation. I'm not scared like you are. I have the facts." End of quote. And that's it. So Ryback has the facts. Well, I also have facts. And the facts are, Ryback, you absolutely fucking sucked. You were a shit wrestler. I wouldn't even say you were a shit promo. You didn't even cut promos. John Cena literally had to come out and hold your hand. It was embarrassing. Remember John Cena standing in the ring? Ryback's looking all fucked up, all mongoloided. And Cena would have to get the crowd involved. He'd be like, "Come on, fans, feed him, Punk! Feed him, Punk!" And Cena's orchestrating the fucking crowd, and Ryback's just standing there looking like a mongoloid, all goofed up. "Feed me more! Feed me more!"
That was the worst time for wrestling. That was bad.
That was fucking shite. Thank God the Shield came out, powerbombed his ass, and that was pretty much the last of Ryback. But yeah, no, this guy is fucking delusional. I mean, he did. He's buried WWE for a very long time, and like he's entitled to do that. That's okay, and I'm not saying he can't. If he wants to do that, then he can be wrong. So be it. But then Booker T comes out and makes a comment, makes a statement, gives his opinion on Ryback, and all of a sudden Ryback is shitting his pants. And oh, Booker, how dare you say that? How dare you get involved? You don't know what you're talking about. You know, the guy just obviously can't handle any sort of criticism. And it is what it is. But you know what? He doesn't deserve the same money as John Cena. He doesn't even fucking deserve the same money as the Brooklyn Brawler. Guy fucking
doesn't
sucks.
deserve the same money as us.
No.
You're not far, Chris.
We ain't make much, so.
Dollar Club.
Yeah, that's it, guys. Catch you in the next one. Let us know your thoughts on Ryback here. And just a big fucking idiot that doesn't know what he's talking about. But he'll act like he's got all the facts, and he'll act like he knows everything. And it's like, listen, see hold on. This is a guy that claims to be smart about the business. This is a guy that claims that he knows what he's talking about. And Booker T, an actual legend that was in the business for years, decades, doesn't know what he's talking about. How can Ryback come out and say that everyone should be getting paid the same because no one really decides, no one really wins or loses?
It's the most ludicrous statement I've ever heard.
This is the guy that knows a lot about wrestling, yet he's claiming everyone should be getting... So does he think that when Hulk Hogan was basically carrying wrestling on his back, and people were just going... And people... See, you look at all the legends from the 80s, all they did, see anytime they were on the same show as Hogan, they went up and thanked Hogan.
Exactly.
Because they knew they were getting a big payday, because they were on the same
Even if he came out and tried to spin it here, if I'm in the same match as Cena, I want to make the same money. Even that would be ludicrous, but actually to fucking say everybody.
See, instead of him bitching and saying, oh, I want the same as Cena, he should have been fucking grateful that he was getting to work with Cena, that he was in a title feud with Punk.
He's one of the few people Cena worked with and
didn't bury.
And also did fuck all for him.
Yeah. So, there you go, guys. Cena, Ryback. Thank God we don't have to see that again. I mean, we all want Cena to return. Nobody wants fucking Ryback to return.
He'll go to AEW, man. That's what it's destined to be.
Because they hate him there, well.
The Dark Stopper. AEW Dark.
AEW Dark. Anyway, keep Ryback in the dark. That's where he belongs. We'll catch you in the next one. Until then, though, peace. We deserve the same money as What Culture?
What Culture?
Pay us the same, right? We don't decide who gets views and not. We don't decide the view count, so pay us the same amount of money as fucking What Culture.
Come on, damn it.
Big Ryback's logic anyway. Till next time. Peace.